Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy App. Now, let's start. Qassim Soleimani, who was killed in the US airstrike, was the military commander of which country? So recently, powerful military commander of Iran, General Qassim Soleimani, was killed in the airstrike conducted by USA. Now, General Qassim Soleimani was the commander of Quds forces of IRGC. IRGC stands. Iran announced that it is not going to follow JCPOA. That means it will no longer abide by any limits on the enrichment of uranium. Actually, JCPOA is Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, and it was negotiated in 2015. At that point of time, the US president was Mr. Barack Obama. So it is a nuclear deal between Iran and P5+1, that is permanent members of United Nations Security Council. These are 5 countries, and Germany. So this deal was to put a limit on the nuclear program of Iran. However, after the death of General Qassim Soleimani, Iran announced that they are not going to follow the limits on this nuclear program. And now Iran appointed Ismail Qani as new commander. Apart from that, Iran was also in news because of Chahbar Port. Chahbar Port is situated in Iran, and India and Iran are cooperating on this port, and using this port, India can access Central Asia by bypassing Pakistan. Apart from that, Iran was also in news as recently 53 billion barrels of crude oil was discovered in Khuzestan province of Iran. Manay Thakkar, who is in news recently, is a famous personality of which sports? Right answer is table tennis. So Mr. Manay Thakkar is a table tennis player, and recently he was in news as he reached on the top position as per the latest ITTF ranking in under 21 men's category. So as per this latest ITTF ranking, Mr. Manay Thakkar is on top position. ITTF stands for International Table Tennis Federation, and the headquarters of ITTF is in Lausanne in Switzerland. If we talk about Switzerland, Switzerland is going to be the partner country for BioAsia 2020 event, and this event will be in Hyderabad in February 2020. Apart from that, Switzerland was also in news as the first Global Refugee Forum held in Geneva. Geneva is in Switzerland. On which date the World Braille Day is celebrated every year? Right answer is 4th of January. So the World Braille Day is celebrated on the 4th of January. Actually, Braille is a representation of letters and numbers using 6 dots, and this can be interpreted by the visually impaired person. So this is a language for them. It was invented by Louis Braille. Now if we talk about visually impaired, recently RBI launched Money app so that visually challenged person can identify currency notes. RBI was also in news because of FSR. FSR is Financial Stability Report. RBI stands for Reserve Bank of India. The present governor is Mr. Shaktikant Das. Headquarters of RBI is in Mumbai, and RBI was formed on the recommendations of Hilton Young Commission. Apart from that, RBI was also in news because of Operation Twist. Answer in comment box, what is the objective of Operation Twist? RBI was also in news as recently RBI has granted in principle approval to Shivalik Cooperative Bank for transition into SFB, that is Small Finance Bank. Now answer in comment box, what is the difference between Small Finance Bank and Payment Bank? Raisina Dialogue is an annual multi-lateral conference organized by which ministry? So it is an annual conference jointly organized by MEA in association with ORF. MEA stands for Ministry of External Affairs and ORF stands for Observer Research Foundation. And the title of this year's event is Navigating the Alpha Century, and this event will be in New Delhi. Now if we talk about MEA, present minister is Mr. S. Jaishankar and present foreign secretary is Mr. V.K. Gokhale. Recently Mr. Harshvardhan Shringla was appointed as next foreign secretary, and he will assume charge on 29th of January. Apart from that, MEA, that means Ministry of External Affairs, was also in news because of NEST initiative. NEST stands for New and Emerging Strategic Technologies. the first silk processing plant of KVIC, that is Khadi and Village Industries Commission, is set up in which state to boost production of Patola sarees? Right answer is Gujarat. So KVIC inaugurated their first silk processing plant at Surendranagar district in Gujarat, and this new plant set up by KVIC would cut down the price of production of Patola sarees. Now, if we talk about KVIC, KVIC is statutory body under Ministry of MSME, and recently KVIC was in news as it launched first terracotta grinder. Answer in comment box in which state of India KVIC launched this first terracotta grinder. Apart from that, KVIC was also in news as it launched leather machine in Sirohi district of Rajasthan. Now coming back to Gujarat, recently Gujarat was in news as FSSAI launched verified milk vendor scheme in Gujarat. FSSAI stands for Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, and it is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Present minister is Dr. Harshvardhan. His constituency is Chandni Chowk in Delhi. Now coming back to Gujarat again, Gujarat was also in news as recently the Chief Minister of Gujarat inaugurated the world's second tallest statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So this second tallest statue is also in Gujarat. The first is in Narmada district of Gujarat, and it is known as Statue of Unity. And 31st of October, which is the birth anniversary of Sardar Patel, is celebrated as National Unity Day, and on this day the state of Jammu and Kashmir was bifurcated. Apart from that, if we talk about Sardar Patel, he was the first Home Minister of Independent India, and he was the first Deputy Prime Minister. The Transport Department of which state recently launched a helpline, and this helpline is Damini. So recently UPSRTC, that is Uttar Pradesh State Road Transport Corporation, launched this women helpline called Damini, and the objective of this helpline is to improve the safety of women in public transport, and the helpline number is 8114 77777, and this Damini initiative is a part of central government's Nirbhaya scheme. Now if we talk about Uttar Pradesh, recently the first meeting of National Ganga Council held in Uttar Pradesh in Kanpur. Answer in comment box who was the chairman of this National Ganga Council. Apart from that, Uttar Pradesh was also in news as India's first university for transgender community will be in Kushinagar in Uttar Pradesh. In addition to that, Uttar Pradesh was also in news as recently Prime Minister unveiled statue of former Prime Minister Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee in Uttar Pradesh in Lucknow. In addition to that, recently the state government of Uttar Pradesh announced the annual pension of 6,000 rupees per year to the Muslim women who have been given triple talaq by their husbands, which is the first country to ban sunscreens that are toxic to coral reef and sea life. So it is Palau. So recently Palau, a small island nation in West Pacific Ocean, imposed a ban on sunscreens that contains the chemicals which affect the coral reef and other aquatic species. Now this decision was taken few months ago and it became effective from 1st of January. Now why this decision was taken? This decision was taken to protect and conserve Rock Island's Southern Lagoon. Now it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now if we talk about UNESCO World Heritage, recently Saudi Arabia got elected for the first time in the World Heritage Committee. Saudi Arabia was also in news as it is going to be the host of this year G20 summit. Apart from that, recently Saudi Arabia became the full-fledged member of FATF. FATF stands for Financial Action Task Force, and Saudi Arabia is the second biggest oil supplier for India. Iraq is the biggest oil supplier for India. Which Indian city hosts the All India Police Judo Cluster Championship 2019? Right answer is New Delhi. So this championship held in New Delhi. It was inaugurated by Minister of State of MHA, that is Ministry of Home Affairs, and he is Mr. Nityanand Rai. The previous edition of championship was organized by Odisha Police. It should be kept in mind that Delhi Police is under MHA, not under Delhi government. Present Home Minister is Mr. Amit Shah, and his son Mr. Jay Shah recently became the Secretary of BCCI. and recently Mr. Saurav Ganguly became the president of BCCI. The National Disaster Response Force Academy is to be established in which city? So recently, Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah laid the foundation of National Disaster Response Force Academy in Nagpur in Maharashtra. Now, if we talk about Nagpur, Nagpur is the constituency of Mr. Nitin Gadkari and he is the Minister of Road Transport and Highways. And recently, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways released a report on road accidents. And as per that report, Tamil Nadu was on top in terms of road accidents. Recently, Tamil Nadu was in news as it became first state of India to enact a law on contract farming. Apart from that, Tamil Nadu was also in news as Government of India decided to set up new rocket launch pad near Kulsekharpattinam in Tamil Nadu. Now, if we talk about NDRF, it is National Disaster Response Force and it is under MHA, that is Ministry of Home Affairs. It is a statutory body under Disaster Management Act of 2005. Now, there is one more body related to disaster, that is National Disaster Management Authority. Answer in comment box who is a chairperson of NDMA. Ratna Ojha, who recently passed away, was a theatre artist and activist of which state? Right answer is Assam. He was a well-known theatre artist and social activist of Assam. For his contribution towards the theatre art, he was honored with the Natsurya Award by Assam government. Now, if we talk about Assam, Assam is going to be the host of this year Khelo India Youth Game. Apart from that, Assam was also in news because of Abhinandan scheme. Answer in comment box what is the objective of this scheme. In addition to that, Assam was also in news because of two-child norms. That means those who have more than 2 children will not be provided government jobs. Which Indian city is selected to host the Global Healthcare Summit 2021? Right answer is Visakhapatnam. So the 14th edition of Global Healthcare Summit is going to be in Visakhapatnam in January 2021. And the 13th edition of this Global Healthcare Summit held in Hyderabad in 2019. So Visakhapatnam is going to be the host of 14th summit. Now, if we talk about Visakhapatnam, recently Visakhapatnam was in news as the first ever BIMSTEC conclave of ports held in Visakhapatnam, and Visakhapatnam is in Andhra Pradesh. Recently Andhra Pradesh was in news because of Disha Act. Now, this act provides for the speedy trial and faster execution in the cases of sexual offences against women. And recently, Andhra Pradesh state government appointed Dr. Kritika Shukla and IPS officer M. Deepika for implementing the Disha Act. Apart from that, state of Andhra Pradesh was also in news as recently it announced a scheme to deliver sand at customers' doorstep. This was announced to prevent the sand smuggling in the state. Recently, the Railway Protection Force was renamed by the Ministry of Railways. Now, what is the new name of Railway Protection Force? Right answer is Indian Railway Protection Force Service. So recently, Ministry of Railways granted Organized Group A status to Railway Protection Force and it was also renamed as IRPFS. If we talk about railways, recently Mr. V.K. Yadav was reappointed as the chairman of Railway Board. Present Rail Minister is Mr. Piyush Goyal, and recently Railways was in news as Indian Railways started Himdarshan Express and it is a train on Kalka-Simla route. Apart from that, Railway was also in news as recently Oxygen Parlor was recently launched at Nasik railway station and the objective of this parlor is to combat air pollution. Railways was also in news as recently Railways set up Institute for Financial Management in Hyderabad. Which 2 Indian cities are placed in the list of HexGen's global top 10 cities for startup funding for 2020? So recently, research agency HexGen conducted a study of funding patterns in the startup ecosystem. And as per this study, for the first time, 2 Indian cities, namely Delhi NCR and Bengaluru, were ranked in the global top 10 cities for startup funding list. Which Union Ministry recently set up a new division called NEST division? NEST stands for New Emerging and Strategic Technologies. Right answer is MEA, that is Ministry of External Affairs. So recently, ME announced that it would set up a new division, and this proposed next division would act as a nodal division for addressing the issues related to emerging technologies and associated security issues related to them. Present Minister of External Affairs is Mr. S. Jaishankar. He is our Prime Minister and he is our NSA, that is National Security Advisor, Mr. Ajit Doval. Answer in comment box who was the first National Security Advisor and at that point of time who was the Prime Minister of India. Which state recently launched e-Gazette portal, a digital platform for Gazette publication? Right answer is Odisha. So recently, state government of Odisha launched this portal, and this is going to be helpful as it is a platform to release all gazetted notifications in a digital format. Now, if we talk about Odisha, recently Odisha was in news as BPCL, that is Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, inaugurated LPG bottling plant in Odisha. Apart from that, Odisha was also in news because of Jal Sathi initiative. It is an initiative to provide safe drinking water. In addition to that, Odisha was also in news as the state government decided to set up fast-track courts to speed up the cases related to women and children, and the state government decided to set up 45 such fast-track courts. Apart from that, Odisha was also in news because of National Tribal Craft Mela. This Mela held in Bhubaneswar in Odisha. Who has been appointed as the first chairman of National Medical Commission, that is NMC? So, right answer is Mr. Suresh Chandra Sharma. So, Dr. Suresh Chandra Sharma has been appointed as the first chairman of NMC, that is National Medical Commission. And this NMC is going to replace the MCI. MCI stands for Medical Council of India. So, Mr. Suresh Chandra Sharma has been appointed as the new chairman of NMC. And this appointment is approved for a tenure of 3 years or for the age limit of 70 years. Answer in comment box what is the age limit for post of CDS, that is Chief of Defence Staff. The Chief Minister of Kerala recently launched K-RERA. The authority is related to which field? Right answer is real estate. So RERA stands for Real Estate Regulatory Authority. And recently Kerala Chief Minister Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan launched K-RERA to make the real estate sector more transparent. Now, if we talk about Kerala, recently Kerala became the first state in India to pass resolution against Citizenship Amendment Act. Apart from that, Kerala was also in news as it was on the top position as per Niti Aayog's Sustainable Development Goals India Index 2.0. I have made a special video on this topic, you can watch that. Kerala was also in news as recently it made it mandatory for pylon riders to wear helmets. Who is the first and youngest tribal woman in the world to climb 6 tallest mountain peaks across 6 continents? Right answer is Malavat Purna. So Miss Purna is from Telangana and she recently scaled the highest mountain peak of Antarctica. And the highest mountain peak of Antarctica is Mount Vinson Massif. So Miss Purna is the first and youngest tribal woman in the world to climb 6 tallest mountain peaks across 6 continents. She is from Telangana. The Academic Center of ISRO will be set up in which state of India? Right answer is Karnataka. So the Academic Center of ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, will be set up in Karnataka. And recently, for this purpose, ISRO signed MOU with NIT Karnataka. NIT stands for National Institute of Technology. Now, if we talk about ISRO, it is Indian Space Research Organization. It is under Department of Space. Present chief is Dr. K. Sivan and the headquarters of ISRO is in Karnataka in Bengaluru. Now, if we talk about Karnataka, recently it was in news because of 107th edition of Indian Science Congress, and the theme of this Congress was Science and Technology, Rural Development. Apart from that, Karnataka was also in news as recently former governor of Karnataka, Mr. T.N. Chaturvedi, passed away. Karnataka was also in news as it was the top state as per India Innovation Index. Now answer in comment box which organization released this index. Who was recently reappointed as the IG of BSF? BSF stands for Border Security Force, and BSF provides security to the Indo-Pakistan and Indo-Bangladesh border. Right answer is Mr. Abhinav Kumar. So the Appointments Committee of Cabinet recently approved the reappointment of Mr. Abhinav Kumar as the IG of BSF. Now, if we talk about BSF, it is CAPF, that is Central Armed Police Force. It is under Ministry of Home Affairs, and BSF is headed by an IPS officer. BSF provides security to the Indo-Bangladesh and Indo-Pakistan border. Answer in comment box which security force provide security to Indo-Myanmar border. So these were the important questions of today's quiz. Thank you.